Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Analysis Paralysis Games, where we overthink games so you don't have to. Today we are back with another installment of Michael's Alone, so he's gonna play a game. Today's game is The Search for Planet X, designed by Ben Rossett and Matthew O'Malley, and co-published by Renegade Game Studios and Foxtrot Games. In The Search for Planet X, you are a scientist, I think. Astronomer? Definitely. Astronaut? Perhaps. The idea is that there's a secret planet out there. We're trying to find it. We're going to use our brains to do so. Let's go ahead and get into a quick overview of how we're going to make that happen. In The Search for Planet X, you are an astronomer racing against your rivals to locate a hidden planet at the edge of our solar system. It's a game of logic, deduction, and precision timing where every second counts. The board represents the night sky divided into sectors, but because the Earth is always orbiting, you can only observe the sectors in your visible sky. To take an action, you spend time moving your pawn forward on the track. In this game, the player furthest back always goes next. So if you choose an action that takes a lot of time, your opponents might get 2 or even 3 turns to catch up while you're busy looking through your telescope. On your turn, you'll use the companion app to take actions. You can survey a wide range of sectors for a specific object, like an asteroid or a comet, and the app will tell you how many there are, but not exactly where they are. You can also research specific logic rules that govern the universe, and these will vary from game to game. Lastly, you can target a single sector to learn exactly what's inside, but you can only do this twice per game, so use that action wisely. As you uncover the truth, you'll place theory tokens face down on the board, and eventually, these theories undergo peer review. If your theory is right, you score points, but you also reveal the truth to everyone else. If you're wrong, you get nothing. Be a better scientist. All the while, you'll try to strike the balance between being the first to publish, giving you more points, while also trying not to give too much information away for your opponents to take advantage of. When you're finally ready, you must identify not just Planet X's sector, but also the objects directly to the left and right of it. Connect the dots, solve the solar system, and find Planet X. Welcome back, my friends! Here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. Today, we have set ourselves up for a solo game of The Search for Planet X. Now, if you didn't know this already, this is an app-driven game. Don't run away quite yet. The app is incredible. The game works really well. I think it's a piece of art. There are other games similar to this. There's kind of a Search For series. I've got them over here somewhere. We've got Search for Lost Species, we've got Search for UAPs. This is personally my favorite one to play solo. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today and hope that we win. So to do that, I have my iPad over here with the app set up, and we're gonna get started by clicking Start Solo Game down in the bottom left. New solo game, standard mode, because I'm a wimp. I cannot. There's an expert mode to this. On the back side of this board, there are 18 sectors, and there's some different rules with kind of how some of the logic plays out, and it's too hard for me. I can't do it. I regret saying that immediately. So let's go ahead and start our game. And I currently have the spring equinox facing me, so I'm going to select that. That just helps the app kind of orient where the board is at according to me. And I said I'm kind of a wimp before. Actually, I lied. I'm a genius. I'm going to go ahead and do genius tier here, which just means I'm not going to get any beforehand information before jumping into this game, and neither will the bot that we're playing against. So view starting information, there is none. And now it's going to tell us what's going on with our conferences and our research actions. So I like to write these down here on my sheet. I have laminated this. Save the environment, y'all. It's for the kids. So I better put my name on here, Michael. And then research and conference notes. A is asteroids and dwarf planets. I'm going to put A plus D. We've got gas clouds, just a G. We've got gas clouds and dwarf planets, G plus D. Please don't judge my handwriting too harshly. Comets and dwarf planets, C plus D. Asteroids and gas clouds, A plus G. And comets and asteroids, C plus A. And then for our Planet X conference, we have Planet X plus dwarf planets. So kind of a lot of information to be learned about dwarf planets in particular. So maybe that's something that I'm going to want to kind of be thinking about. If I can know something about a dwarf planet by the time we get to the Planet X conference, maybe that'll be helpful for me. Something to kind of guide what I'm doing here. I'll go ahead and hit continue. And then we can start. I have a number of different options here. I can survey, target, research, or locate Planet X. I do not know where Planet X is right now. And now I have a couple of options to kind of try to pinpoint its location. I think I'm going to start with a little old research action, which only costs one time. Let's see. We're going to research. And I am going to research... Let's do comets and dwarf planets, because here in a sec I'm going to look for some comets too. So comets and dwarf planets is D, reveal information. At least one comet is adjacent to the dwarf planet. That is good to know. So 1C Adj D. Okay, so that's my turn, and I have to move my one space here. Space. Ha. Next is going to be the bot's turn, and this is a reminder that I can't research twice in a row. That's what it's telling me here. So next we'll have the bot take their turn. Currently located in Sector 1, that is correct. The bot surveys for asteroids in Sectors 1 through 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Asteroids in 1 through 4. I'm not going to lie, these notes seldom help me too much, but it is good to kind of know what information my opponent may or may not have. So that costs them 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to move them right there. Oop, move them right there. And then I'm just going to rotate our visible sky to include these sectors here. It only comes to wherever the last person is, which is me right now. That also means that it's my turn because I'm in the back of the line. So I mentioned I was going to try to find some comet information. I think let's do that. So if I look at my sheet here, I know there could be comets somewhere in 2, 3, 5, 7, or 11. Those are the only places that could possibly have comets. So I'm going to go ahead and survey this area right here, 2 through 5, and we'll see how many comets are in that area. This can sometimes be telling. So let's survey for comets, and I'm going to survey from Sector 2 through Sector 5. There's one comet in Sectors 2 through 5, which admittedly is the least helpful information that I can get out of this. What I do know from that is that either 11 or 7 is also a comet. So that's good to know. But C 2 through 5, there is 1, and I have to move forward 3. So now I'm going to rotate the board, and you see we're going to cover up this, this little icon here. And that signifies that we have arrived at a theory submission phase. So I currently don't have any theories. I could take a wild guess out there, but I think I'm not going to right now. The bot only submits theories if it absolutely knows with 100% certainty that something is there. I imagine it doesn't know, but I'll go ahead and give it an option to do that anyway. So bot submit theory, reveal. The bot does not submit a theory, as I figured. Okay, let's go ahead and have the bot take its turn because it's in the back of the line. It is going to survey for asteroids from 4 to 7. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move forward 3. We get here. I think I'm going to do kind of the same thing I did last time. I'll do a little research, which only moves me 1, and then I'll do another action after that. So let's research again. And let's do... I'm going to stick with dwarf planets right now. I'm just going to go with, let's say dwarf planets and gas clouds. I don't know anything about gas clouds quite yet, but maybe on down the line we will. Dwarf planet is directly opposite a gas cloud. That's awesome. D, op, G. There are only 2 gas clouds, so if I find them, then I know there are only 2 possible spaces that the dwarf planet could be. So that cost me 1. We'll move forward here, and then let's go ahead and do our next action because we're still in the back here. Now I, folks, am going to target. Target is the action that you can take to only twice per the entire game, but target allows you to find out essentially what is in a particular sector. As we mentioned before, I know that either 7 or 11 is a comet, so I'm going to go ahead and target sector 7 and see what's there. Let's do it. So target sector 7. It's an asteroid. Good to know. Sector 7's an asteroid, not a comet, which means that 11 is not a comet either. It also means that either 8 or 6 is an asteroid. So we're learning some stuff. That's great. I have to move 4 because of the target. So I'm moving up to sector 10 here. And I need to spend one of my target tokens. So I'm going to go ahead and just move this off to the side here to remind myself that I can only do that one more time this game. And we will have the bot... Oh, no, we won't have the bot take their turn because we have to move the visible sky. And that leads us to another round of surveys. Now, I could say that I found this, but I might hold off for now just to not give the bot information that I don't want it to have. So I think right now... Oh, shoot. I just realized I did something super dumb. At me in the comments. I'm sure you already did. This is an asteroid, which means this is a comet. Blah. Okay. Okay. So we've got an asteroid. We've got a comet. One of these 3 is a comet. And we know that one comet is adjacent to the dwarf planet. So we're narrowing in a little bit here. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, you know, maybe that does change my mind. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that I know what 7 is. So I'm going to submit my theory. I believe there's an asteroid. I know there's an asteroid in Sector 7. And then generally in a multiplayer game, you would put this face down so people don't know what you're putting down, but it's just me and the bot, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to leave this here, and we'll see if the bot has a theory to submit as well. It does not. So from there, any theories that were submitted would move up 1, and then we move into our next turn. So we'll have the bot go ahead and take their turn. It is located at Sector 7, correct? It's going to survey for asteroids in 7 to 11. Bot, you are so boring right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1, 2, 3. When we land on the same space, it still lands in front of me, so it will be my turn next. With that, we actually get to another theory phase, my friends. And I think, yeah, why not? I'll go, no, I'm holding on to my information. Heck the robots. Heck them straight to heck. So we have reached another theory phase here. I'm going to let the bot submit a theory. It is in Sector 10, reveal. It does not submit a theory. Bot still doesn't know anything. That makes me feel good. Okay, let's go. We're about to hit our Planet X conference, which is fun. I want to know what else is going on here. I am going to survey for dwarf planets simply because I know that one of them has to be adjacent to a comet, and I kind of want to see if it's adjacent to this one. So I'm going to survey for dwarf planets from the sector that I'm in, because I know this here is a comet. Oh, and I should have, with that last theory phase, I should have moved this up one more as well. So with that, I know there's a comet here, so I'm going to see if there's one here in somewhere in this sector. So I'm going to survey between sectors 10 and sectors... and sectors 1. Let's see what happens here. Okay, there are no dwarf planets in sectors 10 through 1. Good to know. That's not a dwarf planet. That's not a dwarf planet. And that's not a dwarf planet. Which either means... that doesn't really mean anything yet. But we're learning. Okay, so that cost me 3. We'll let the bot take their turn. Bot surveys for comets in sectors 11 through 2. And moves forward 3. So it'll be my turn next as well. Okay. Next, we're going to move here, which means it is time for our Planet X conference. Now, this is going to give us some information about, in this case, Planet X and dwarf planets. We'll see somehow in the logic of this particular game how they interact with each other. And it is that Planet X is within 4 sectors of the dwarf planet. X within 4 of D. Good to know. And we do have another theory phase that we'll be getting to as well. I'm going to go ahead and submit my comet theory. I just want to make sure I get points for it before the bot figures some stuff out. Let's see if the bot has a theory. Submits a theory in sector 7. I already knew that. See, the bot's making sure that I'm getting less points as well. So we'll go ahead and move these all in. And now because this one has reached the center, we actually get to find out if it's right. So we're going to do what's called a peer review. We're in sector 7. It's an asteroid, I believe. View results, correct. Sector 7 has an asteroid. I now know that for a fact. The bot also knows that for a fact. And then we keep moving. So we've made it one full revolution around the sun here. We're going to keep on going. What do I need to know? What is going to help me right now? I'm going to see if we can learn a little bit about, is it crazy to just target again? I'm going to do it. I'm going to target. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is bad. I'm not the best at this game, but I think it's a lot of fun and it lets me exercise my brainular organs. So I'm going to start, where am I doing this? I want to see if some of these are a comet. I'll go with number 3 here. Let's see what number 3 is. It appears empty. Okay. That just means that it could be Planet X or it could be an empty sector. We don't truly know quite yet. But what we do know is that it's not a comet. So the comet is either sector 2 or sector 5. So I have to move 4 now. And I have to spend my last token here. So that's done. We'll let the bot take their turn. It targets sector 3. Oh, great. The bot's copying me. So the bot also now knows that sector 3 is either Planet X or an empty sector. Interesting. Okay, let's move this forward, see if we have any other theories to submit. I don't need to move mine forward quite yet. Let's go ahead and, do I have any theories? I'm going to... I think I don't. I'm not going to submit one. Let's see if the bot's got one. Oh, not take turn. Go back. The bot is going to submit a theory. It is in sector 5 here with me. Reveal. Submits a theory in sector 6. Interesting. My guess is that that means sector 6 is an asteroid. But we don't know for sure. But that's my guess. And we'll go ahead and move everything in 1. And I will take my turn. As far as the visible sky, we got 5 through 10 here. I really want to know if 5 is a comet. Maybe I'm playing fast and loose here, folks. You can survey for just a specific sector. I'm going to survey sector 5 here just to see if it's a comet. I'll have to move forward 4 to do that, but I think it's worth it just to know. There is a comet in sector 5. Perfect. I don't need to put that there. I need to circle it. Sector 5 is a comet. And folks, I think what that means here, I don't know for sure, but honestly, I think I know surely enough, just by virtue of the fact that the bot only submits theories if it has official information. I think that must mean that this is also an asteroid, which means that this is the dwarf planet, which means that this cannot be planet X, because the dwarf planet cannot be next to planet X. So that means that is an empty sector. Empty sectors, every gas cloud is adjacent to at least one empty sector. Speaking of gas clouds, I know that the dwarf planet is opposite a gas cloud. So this has to be a gas cloud. Unless I'm wrong about the asteroid, in which case that's on me. That has to be a gas cloud. Gas clouds have to be adjacent to at least one empty sector. This is not an empty sector, which means this is an empty sector. And so that means either this could be a gas cloud or this could be a gas cloud. What it cannot be is an asteroid. It cannot be the dwarf planet. It cannot be an empty sector. Could be planet X. Let's clean everything else up. We still got 2 asteroids out here somewhere. We've still got gas clouds as well. Let me think. If we've got, as far as gas clouds go, the other one either has to be here or here. So neither of these can be the gas cloud. We've also identified both empty sectors, so it can't be either of these. We also know planet X is within 4 of the dwarf planet. Okay, literally everything we haven't identified is within 4 of the dwarf planet, so that's actually not that helpful. What else do we got? We know this isn't a comet. We know this isn't a dwarf planet. Okay, it's my turn. There may be more to extrapolate from this, and maybe I'm just kind of dumb. I know that 2 of these have to, oh, that is one thing. 2 of these have to be asteroids, which means this center one has to be an asteroid. So that's not planet X. So planet X is one of these 3 here. Cool. It's not my turn. I had to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to do what I just did. Okay, let's go ahead and have the bot take their turn. Bot surveys for empty sectors in 5 through 10. Okay. So it's going to move 3, and then it's still the bot's turn. So we're moving in here to another theory phase. This is where we start making some points up, y'all. So I am going to go off of this theory of this logic that I put together. So I'm going to submit a theory for the dwarf planet because the dwarf planet is worth a lot of points. So I believe the dwarf planet is in sector 4. And let's see if the bot has a theory to submit as well. Submits a theory in sector 11. Okay, swooping in on my comet knowledge, and then we'll move these all in, which means that we have to reveal what 11 is. We'll go to our peer review. Sector 11 is a comet. Correct. We're good. Okay, it's still the bot's turn because it's behind me. Let's let it go. Bot, take turn. Oh no, the bot has successfully located planet X. So it's going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot. Okay, so that means, folks, for us, really, if we want to have any hope of winning this game, I need to get lucky and guess where Planet X is right now. I'm going to take a look at this sheet. Maybe the answer is staring me in the face. Let's take a look. So, let's say this was an asteroid. If this is an asteroid, this is a gas cloud, and this is Planet X. If this is an asteroid, then either this is a gas cloud and this is Planet X, or this is a gas cloud and this is Planet X. Shoot, guys, I do not have the answer. The bot submitted so few. How did it do? I'm always amazed by clearly the things that I miss in this game. Okay. Gosh, this makes me sad. I am going to, let's see, that it looked at 7 through 11 for asteroids. Didn't get any. Looked at 1 through 4 for asteroids. It must have gotten 2 in that one. Maybe? Screw it. Okay, let's say this is an asteroid. I think the math's there. So if that's an asteroid, this is not an asteroid, which means this has to be Planet X. And then here, this has to be our gas cloud. I don't know, friends. I'm not like the proudest of this game, and I may not win, but let's see. Let's end game. Oh no, let's locate Planet X for our final action here. I think Planet X is in Sector 12. In Sector 11, I believe there to be a comet. And in Sector 1, I believe there to be an asteroid. Congratulations, you've located Planet X. Well, it was not my cleanest game. There was a little bit of guessing in there. Sometimes that's how it happens, right? You're just doing your best to outsmart this computer that has literally perfect knowledge. Or if you're playing with your friends, you're trying to outsmart your friends that do not have perfect knowledge, which is, there's some bluffing even that goes on in that. It's a whole different game, honestly, when you're playing with people. We'll go ahead and hit continue. We'll end our game and reveal objects. So yes, end the game. So the bot's score is going to be 17 plus however many theories it got first. It only got 1 first. So the bot's total score is 18. We'll write that down. We'll now score mine. For Planet X, he got 10 points. I am how many spaces behind him? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still get 8 points for getting Planet X correct. I also got a dwarf planet here for 4 points. And I got a comet for 3 points. And I got an asteroid for 2 points. No gas clouds. And then, as far as getting theories first, 1, 2, 3, which means my total score is 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which does mean, my friends, that we have overcome the machine, sort of. Judge me all you want in the comments, I won, okay? Anyway, folks, I love this game. I think it's a great time. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Let me know in the comments if you've played this, if you like it, if you have tips on how I can be better at this game, and as a person, I would love to know. But that's about it for today's episode of Michael's Alone, so he's going to play a game. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks, and we'll catch you next time.